We are now in New Mexico. Because of my goof, we are now in New Mexico. Hey Eric, what are we looking at?
I'm looking at some markings on a map.
This particular map?
Yeah, this map.
And you're saying that's markings?
Yeah. See these marks here? And we don't know what's there.
Aaron? That's not markings, that's mold.
Markings.
Mold.
Markings.
It's mold.
Markings.
Mold.
Markings?
Mold.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this markings?
Which one of us is right? Is this particular map, is that markings or mold?
We know this is coffee stain, but right up here and over here.
Is that markings or mold?
Whoa! Oh man, don't you hate it when that happens? You just drop a coffee cup and it breaks. Well, you know, if I had been smart and I had used this one instead, because the A&G Adventures mug is stainless steel with a coating, and you could get one of these to help support our channel. The other thing is, it's got a lid that keeps stuff from spilling. So you can see a lid that has open and closed. So if you're there, and like for us, when we're off-roading, you could just keep this closed, your drink doesn't spill. So now you can get your own cup.
Let us know what you think.
Previously on A&G Adventures, we followed old maps into the Superstition Mountains. We explored Owlhead Buttes, where we discovered a Civil War coin. We then visited Kamp Kentucky and the historic Confederate graves at Dragoon Springs stage stop. Now join us as we explore the historical markers along Highway 70 south of Globe and unexpectedly cross into New Mexico.
Coolidge Dam. Built between 1927 and 1928, was named for President Calvin Coolidge, who dedicated it on March 4th, 1930. The dam formed the San Carlos Lake covering the old San Carlos Apache settlement, which was relocated north to New San Carlos. The foundations of the buildings and a concrete marker erected over the burial grounds are still visible when the water level in the lake is low. The Bylas community was named after Chief Bylas, a White Mountain Apache scout and spiritual leader. He and his family were killed by Victorio near Eagle Creek. Bylas and others chose to stay in the area after the White Mountain Apaches were allowed to return to their homelands. Many of them were forced to relocate to the San Carlos Agency due to the U.S. government. The Apaches settling in San Carlos continued to live in peace, were allowed to settle near Dewey Flats, then Calva, and into Bylas. They raised their families and farmed along the Gila River, hunted in the surrounding mountains, and practiced their traditions and way of life. A lot of them were enlisted for scouts for the U.S. Army, and descendants of Chief Bylas still reside in the community. Geronimo, named for the rebellious medicine man who led the Chiricahua Apaches on their last raids to surrender and then into exile in Florida and Oklahoma. Their descendants lived in eastern Arizona again. This was also the site of original Camp Thomas established in 1876 to keep Geronimo's tribesmen on their farmlands along the Gila River. And here we are at another historical marker. Historical marker of Melvin Jones. This one's tall. Melvin Jones was born on January 13, 1879 near this site in Fort Thomas. He lived here for the first 8 years of his life during the Indian Wars here. In 1917, Melvin Jones formed Lions Club International. And back behind these, it's got some things on it with names.
These are all members, I think.
Probably. And as we continue on with our adventure, we come across the historical old town of Eden in Arizona. Now, here are some pictures that we took of some of the old original buildings that are still in this community. The first home of the present Eastern Arizona College was Central's red brick church house.
General Kearny's Army of the West, guided by Kit Carson, followed the Gila River from Mexico to the occupation of California in the Mexican War, thus opening the southern snow-free route to the Pacific coast.
Lorenzo and Seth Wright were killed 1 mile north of this spot by Indians who had stolen 45 horses from earlier settlers.
While pursuing the Indians, they were ambushed December 1st, 1885. This is left in the memory of those two pioneers who brought law and order and safety to the Gila Valley.
Because I missed the turn to tell Aaron of the 191. So because of my goof, we are now in New Mexico.
That's okay. We'll figure it out.
Actually, we already figured it out. We figured it out maybe about 20 minutes ago. When we were still in Arizona, but past the 191 turn. Still okay?
It's good.
Okay. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And turn on that notification button so you can be the first one to see it when it posts. Hey everybody.
Hi.
This is our second trip up the Mount Graham. Today we are doing what?
Ladybug Trailhead. Nice meeting you guys.
You too. Have a great day.
There's like swarms of ladybugs all over the place. They're everywhere.
Tell them we just met two really nice people too.
Yes, and we just met two very nice ladies. We were just at the very top